is the frequency in use. Is the frequency in use. All righty, I already knew it wasn't. I'm obligated to say that by FCC rules, I think. Or maybe it's just somebody's rules. Good evening, my name is Paul, K4PEW, Net Control for the Mountain Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Too late. If you had it, it's gone. Forget about it. Now you can check in anytime if you got a problem, just serious problem, that is. Just make sure you jump in there and say something. You call 911 first if it's really a serious emergency, and then you can chat with us while you're waiting for the ambulance, fire truck, or the arresting officers. That may be broken any time for arresting officers. For information on this net, you can see us on our website. Well, you can see us right on YouTube right now. It's on YouTube under the title in the search block. You can look up my call, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey. That's K4PEW, or the word Brain Trust, BRAINTRUSTS. It's one word and it's plural. Brain and trust together with an S on the end. And you can also see us on our website, our regular website, 146415.net. Magical coincidence, it looks like the same numbers. It's in our frequency, 146415.net. And also the on it's our Yahoo groups at the moment, but we want to talk about that in a second. But you can also get us on iogroups.io and look under MJSS, just like Juliet Sierra Sierra. You can sign up there, get a little bit of information, but it's just the common stuff when we have our nets. At any rate, we have our nets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and we conduct it on 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to really just have fun. In the process of doing that, we find out that we can improve our stations because we get envious of other people's stations, and we're an envious group who we want to go out and spend the most money we can on antennas, feed line radios, and elevating towers. Mostly those three things. Just for bragging rights. Now, so we can have fun, so we can hear more, we can be heard more, and we can chew the rag more. And anyway, we invite everyone to use the net to announce events and activities, etc. But first of all, my announcements are we are moving the Yahoo group over to groups.io. That's India Oscar. Groups.io. Of course, it's HTTP, whatever. :// but it's, you can just look it up under groups, GROUPS.io, like an IOU, but it's just IO. And you'll find us there under MJ. There are several other simplex groups on that system all over the country, but none locally. But do make the move, or find us there if you're already on our mailing list. Do make the move if you're already on the list, because 40-something, I think 48 of us have made it over to there, and there's still about 40-something, I think 80. There's a total of 84 on the Yahoo. And I presume everybody gets the mails, but not everybody's made the switch, so there's about whatever that number is, 40. There's 38 left that need to make the switch if they want to remain on the mailing list. At any rate, that's the big news, and it's a better site. The calendar functions better, so the calendar reminders will go out automatically for the breakfasts and for the simplex nets and for other nets as required. At any rate, we've got the Tuesday nets coming up, which of course there's a Tuesday night Bowling Green net on 146.430. And that's up and point your HTs toward Bowling Green. And then we've got the Wilson County Emergency Preparedness Net. That's the W4EAO group, and they're on, they start out on the WLYR repeater, but we send a notice about that one. It's the Bowling Green repeater. I'm sorry, the Bowling Green. It's the, what do you call it? I'll think of it in a second. It's down there in Watertown. I don't know why I said Bowling Green. Watertown repeater. Everybody knows what that is. At any rate, that's all I got. Anybody else got any announcements? All righty, well, then we'll move right along. This is net number 532. And we're starting from the south. I had to look because I forgot to write it down. So let's start. Unless I did no announcements or Phil on the announcements. Well, you're starting to take the check-ins already. Do you have an announcement?
Oh, well, you could announce that coordinator this coming Saturday.
Well, you're anxious to get over there again. This is Saturday now. We got, yeah. In fact, I just put in the announcement reminder for the, so it goes out automatically. But yes, we're at Courtney's next Saturday for breakfast, 8 a.m. That's at 4066 North Mount Juliet Drive, our road, and it's a quarter mile south of 11. We start at 8 o'clock, but you can get it earlier. You can even get there later because we don't have no start time because we don't have a gavel and we don't have a meeting. We'll just have fun. All right, thanks for reminding me. And anyway, no more announcements, so we'll take check-in. Shemeti, please come now.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hold on, Larry. Let me take Eddie in here first. He jumped the gun. Still there, Eddie?
Yeah, I'm here. I just thought I'd check in. Hope everybody's doing okay, and turned out to be a nice, warm day. Got a few things done outside, so I just heard Larry in there. He's got a good signal now.
Oh, yeah, excellent. Yeah, I went out on the lawn. I had to go a bunch of the trees, limbs that I had taken down. I had to chop them all up and put them in nice, neat piles, and I'll drag them out on the road, and they'll sit out in front of my house for a week to 2 weeks waiting for Mount Juliet road crews to pick it up.
There you go.
Well, very good. Good to have you in there, Eddie. As always, good signal to you. Larry, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Eddie must not get to eat very often. He likes going to breakfast.
I think he likes hanging out with other hams. That's what he tells me. And I do too.
Yeah, so I'll catch y'all later. K4SYV.
Very good. That was Larry in Rockvale. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Who else we got? Sal?
Oh, Mike 4 November Yankee Bill.
Hey, Bill. You sound good tonight. I'm glad you make it over to the new system.
Well, I thought it was the thing to do. I just want to be one of the boys.
Yeah, I know. Well, this one's even going to be better. Well, it's better from my perspective because sometimes I'd send out a notice, like at 5 o'clock to Yahoo, and it would go through the system, and I'd sit there and wait, and I'd give no announcement. So I didn't get a reminder. So now I started sending them out earlier. And, sometimes it would take 4 hours for it to process through their slow system. I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, good to have you in there, Bill.
Well, you take care. 73 to everybody.
Very good. That's Bill in Murfreesboro. Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee. Who else was that?
K4ZGY.
Hey, how you doing? Can hear you in a net or so there. How you doing, Ed?
Oh, pretty good. I just had some things going on there. But anyway, letting you know we're still alive. Just check me in there. I got a headache tonight. I won't talk much. K4ZGY.
Very good. Hope you feel better. That was Ed in Shake Rag down there, Shelbyville. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Excellent signal. Must be good conditions tonight, although he usually has a great signal. Who else we got, South?
K4TYJ.
Yeah, excellent signal as well there, Jim.
Well, I got to do what I can.
Yeah. Being of service to the rest of the group. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir. Try to be heard.
You're heard real well. Been out on the bike in this nice sunny day?
Yeah, we took off and went roundabout way down to Winchester. Ate late lunch at Holt's Diner, which was really, really pretty good. And come on back. All total 154 miles today, and we didn't take off until afternoon. So it was a very pleasant ride. We like the cooler temperatures. Not sweating to death out there. So yeah, it was a fine ride today.
Yeah, I'll bet. Nice. I was working out in the yard, and it was just cool enough to be, comfortable, and sunny enough to be really comfortable.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Just to let you know, I'm not making the breakfast, so we're not making the breakfast next Saturday. So you will have to breakfast without me.
Well, don't take it literally when I said, don't fail to miss the breakfast.
I got a ride scheduled. It's Veterans Day ride, and I do it every year outside of Cookville. So don't want to miss that. Don't want to ruin the tradition.
No, you don't. And Veterans Day is what, the 11th? Is that the day this year?
Yeah, I think it is. And yeah, it's next weekend where the ride is, and I got hotel rooms, and we're all set.
Cool. I was going to make an announcement that since Veterans Day is coming up, none of the veterans in the group will, we won't refuse any gifts that people care to give us.
are welcome. If you need any ideas, let me know.
Very good. Maybe we ought to get registered at a local Army surplus store or something.
Or at your local HRO outlet.
Yeah, that's right. We'll take gift cards. All right, very good. That's Jim, and he is in Woodbury. Kilo Echo 4, Tango, Yankee, Juliet, excellent signal. Really good conditions tonight. Must be clear and dry. I don't know what the reason is. Who else we got south? All right, we're in out of south over to the east. Please come now.
WA4ZHI.
Hey, Jim. James, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
You don't have to do your lawn, so what do you do outside on a nice day?
Run outside and pick up the paper and run back in.
You get the mail too, I bet.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, no, some days that's the only work I do.
It's kind of frosty out there when I go out there in the morning. It's high 30s.
I can hear you in the background with the delay. That's funny.
Oh, you're hearing my monitor there.
No, that's all right. I haven't noticed that in a long time on somebody's on the radio. It seems funny they have it with that built-in several second delay.
Well, I guess I can back away from it back like this.
No, I didn't. No big thing. No big thing. Everything else going all right for you?
Yeah, pretty good. Here and there, little minor things.
No, it's always something. By the way, I wanted to forgot to mention that tonight is we break after the FM net. It's the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net, or if they didn't get to buy or sell. And then after that, we got the 144.240 upper side. 144.240. I forgot. And I do want to move. I don't want to go too quick, but it also last night went an hour and a half. That was, as far as I'm concerned, it's too long. I mean, I don't mind too much, but I hate to have people waiting, an hour and something to just check in. So anyway, let's move on. Appreciate having you there, James. Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. James here in Mount Juliet. Who's next? East. From the east? Are we out of east already?
Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo, Charles.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you on the net on that new system as well. And so was Jim up there. James, I think James was in there. I'm not sure, but Jim was in there too. KE42IJ. But yeah, good to have you in there, Jeff.
Thanks for the invite.
Oh yeah, the more the merrier, and nobody gets refused. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's an unless. I don't think we've ever refused anybody.
That's good.
Well, most hams are pretty congenial people who are, rotten to each other, and they're, more or less polite and decent to each other.
Camaraderie.
I think so. They got a nice thing in common, and most of it's communications related, which means we also have to get along if we're going to communicate with one another. So I'd say that's part of the whole thing with being a ham. If you want to be a curmudgeon, write your letters to the editor.
Doing a fine job as always.
All right, very good, Jeff. Good to have you in there. Say hello to the XYL. That was Whiskey Delta 4 Bravo Whiskey Charlie. And he's in Lebanon. Who's up next? East, please come in.
Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo.
Okay, just retract my last statement about everybody's nice.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing, Richard?
I'm doing good.
All righty. Did you sell any of your HTs? I need an update on this because I can't keep track of your numbers and which models you
have. I've got about 25 of them altogether.
You starting a police force or an ambulance service?
Well, I could have started either one, but I don't know. I just can't say no to a handheld.
One of those groups, I forget the name of them. There's a group of they're emergency responders, but they're mostly either on CB or other vans. They're not necessarily hams. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Which group is it?
There was a group called React at one time.
Oh no, I think they're still around.
Well, yeah. Actually, I started to look into that at one point around here close once upon a time, and I got to reading their rules and regs, and they didn't allow over 4 watts on the transmitter. And 4 watts on 11 meter, you can talk on it, but not very far.
Well, what I think they were trying to state was that they wanted it illegal.
Well,
Yeah, I understand. Well, they only wanted that for because obviously their stated intention was to be a local service to the community in the event of problems, and so they didn't really need more than 4 watts. Did they?
Well, if there was enough of them and they were close enough together, no.
Yeah, I always felt that they were kind of ham wannabes myself.
Yeah, that too.
No, that's just I'm thinking if you're gonna do that, just be a ham.
Might as well. It's not that much harder to do.
Yep. No, I saw a presentation about one of those guys. I forget what it was. I forget whether it was in Florida or New York, and it was an awful presentation. And all he did was he reiterated what was already on their website. I could have just read their website. It was almost word for word.
Well, some of them don't use a whole lot of imagination, unfortunately.
No, that's because he only had 4 watts of power.
That's it.
All right, very good, Richard. Richard is in Lebanon with a great signal with his 100-foot push-up pole. I think that's what it's up to now, and his 27 HTs. KI4SIB, and I have fun with that HT. I can't believe how many HTs did you say you had?
25.
I don't know how you keep the thing in fresh batteries, new batteries, chargers. I get upset with my Kenwood because I use the big battery pack, and it's like once the battery goes bad, it's rechargeable. It's like $55 to replace the battery, and I've had to do that like 2 or 3 times in its life.
Yeah, I don't use some of these a whole lot. They kind of sit down me, but I perk them up every once in a while and use them a little bit.
I don't know how you remember how to use them.
It's a challenge.
I'll bet it is. I have to read the book every time I pick up one of these. All right. Very good, Richard. Good to hear you. That's Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo in just a little bit west of Lebanon. Who else we got east?
T4TWA.
Hey, Wes. You sound good. I didn't look at the meter, but you sound fine.
Well, I'm sacrificing some gain in your area. I'm on the vertical side of your site. Hey, I was just accused though with a guy down in Georgia on 160. We were both laughing because he even says that the repeaters in the Atlanta metro area are just wastelands.
I don't even have to get on the repeaters in Atlanta to know that.
Yep. So I've been spreading the gospel of Simplex to people on the worldwide band. All right, KE4TWI.
Yeah, it works for us. I mean, we get on average about 7. We get a handful of interested parties looking at our, the 146.415 website every week or so. I mean, it's a lot more than that because a lot of people get there by accident for whatever reason, and they're there for momentary. They're not even there interested. But the people that stay, it's often they stay a minute or 2 minutes to read what's on there. So there's some interest, obviously, for interested people looking for Simplex. But I really believe over time there's going to be more and more interest simply because everybody's, as older guys die, get away from the internet, away from radio, and newer people come in. The newer people tend to gravitate towards the repeaters and D-Star and Echolink, and but I think that the answer is Simplex because it's just much better and easier and more fun. Anyway, good to have you in there, Wes. That's Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. He's on his vertical, so some of you may not be able to hear him, at least maybe to the west and far north. Got a good signal to me. Who else east? Please come now.
Lord, easy.
Hello, Earl. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Paul. How's everything up there in the big city of Mount Juliet?
Traffic's too heavy, and I hate to say this, but there's just too many Yankees here. We don't tell them.
Okay, your secret's safe to me and everything. Well, Charlie ain't saying anything yet. All that Christmas shopping gonna be starting pretty soon. But anyway, I got my daggone order in for Jack Frost. Minimum order was 10 inches to get free shipping, so I think it's on its way.
What did you order?
10 inches of snow. I had to get that was the minimum order, so I could get it free shipping.
Well, if UPS delivers it, it's gonna all be in one little bucket.
that'd probably be a one little pile too. All right, I'll let it go with that. Just thought I'd run that out there. Good to hear you. KU4DZ, carry on.
Yeah, very good. You know, when I lived in Tampa, I don't know how often they did it. I don't recall. It was so long ago. But they actually had a tractor trailer that they'd ship in from a northern city, and they'd ship in snow and then push it all down on this one dead-end street downtown. It was, one of the, not busy streets. It was in the middle of downtown. And the kids would show up and have a ball just playing in the snow, which it was all right, but I don't know, I thought it was kind of, well, it was good for the kids. I should say it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. I don't know why you'd ship snow all the way from Pennsylvania or something.
Yeah, I think I've seen something like that. I think somebody did it for his, I don't know, just saying that they got some or had some or invited the whole neighborhood or something like that for some kind of oddball reason or whatever. It might be one of those Christmas shows they had on TV one year.
Probably was. Well, very good, Earl. You sound good tonight. That's Earl, Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu. If I sound like I'm slurring, it's because I'm like Kojak. I got a lollipop on my mouth tonight. Who else we got? East. East. Please come in.
KB4
RSM. Let me see. That's Russ, is it not? Is it KB4 RSM, Romeo Sierra Mike?
Yeah, Paul. This is Glenn over here in Mount Juliet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I confused your caller, Glenn. That's what threw me because the fellow that's called Russ has got his call is similar. I'd have to look at it again, but his voice doesn't sound like yours, so it kind of threw me for a curve. But anyway, how you doing there, Glenn?
Doing fine. Everything's good. A little chilly this morning, but the day turned out really great. Got to go outside and do some things in the yard, and pretty productive. So I'd say it went pretty well.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It's amazing how much you can get done in just like an hour or 90 minutes out in the yard that you put your mind to.
Yeah, it's something I've got to now. For me, it's mainly to do on the weekends. Now that the days are getting shorter, get home from work and it's already dark outside. So try to take advantage of it today.
Yeah, I installed a couple of those outside automatic, sensors for movement outside in the yard, over the patio in the yard. For I think it's not a GE lamp. It's got two LEDs on it, two LED panels, and they bright up the backyard and the driveway. Woo-wee. And it was like $50 each.
Oh yeah, it's nice to have. Yeah, I got out today and took the forms off my concrete pour for the footer for my tower. So that was kind of exciting. So I've got that thing ready. Once my tower shows up, it's good to go.
Wow, that's great. How high is that tower going to be, did you say?
It's one of the, it's going to be, when it's all the way up, it's going to be right at 75 feet. It's 25 feet within the lower position.
And what are you going to put on top of that?
Well, I'm going to have the dual band 2 meter 440 vertical, and then below it the two things I do most, I guess, which are going to be my 2 meter beam and 6 meter beam.
Oh, excellent. Boy, 70 feet's a stretch. And do you know your elevation now?
Yeah, I've given that to you before. It's written down here somewhere. I want to say it was right at 700.
Yeah, I knew you were up there pretty good. I didn't remember what it was. I'd have to look again. But yeah, you're going to be in a great shape, really. You're going to be, you'll have to be one of our alternate net control.
We'll see about that. But yeah, I'm open.
Well, I wouldn't force that on anybody. I mean, like one of the hams told me, I told him that, and he says, I don't have the gift.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. I would kind of agree with that. But yeah, again, I'm not against it.
No, I understand. Well, I've actually been in positions over the last few years where either I was out of town or the time I was in the hospital for 3 weeks and I couldn't be net control. So somebody had to step in, or they just talk among yourselves. It's that kind of deal.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're doing it 2 times a week, so that's quite a commitment.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun and I didn't enjoy it. If I didn't do that, I'd say, okay, somebody else needs to pick her up.
Yeah, I get that. All right, Paul, good talking to you.
Yeah, very good. For some reason I thought they had elevation here on QRZ, but I was wrong. They only have the distance to to whomever you're looking up, and it gives a grid square and latitude, longitude. For some reason, I thought it had the elevation, but not so lucky.
Yeah, I've written mine down. I've gotten it off a little handheld hiking GPS and wrote it down here somewhere. It's in my notes. So I was thinking that was fairly accurate for me.
Well, here's the deal. You say that, and I cringe because when we were putting up my beam on the roof of the house up there on the mast, and because my street I'm on, and the house is not perpendicular. It's not due north-south. It's off a little bit from north-south. So the other fella, I won't say who it is, doesn't matter. He pulls out, I got my app. He pulls out his phone, he pulls out the app, and he goes, here we go. Here's where we need to be. And I said, well, I brought my compass with me. This is easy, my old Boy Scout compass from light years ago. And I did it, and I said, here we go. It's exactly whatever it was. 9 degrees off and north. He went, that's not what my app says. I said, I think I'm going to trust my compass more than your app. So I don't trust the app.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I think it's gone through spells where it can be more accurate than others depending on what kind of margin of error they're throwing in there. And then also, it depends on your device somewhat. So some are obviously a lot better than others. I find that my handheld hiking GPS does a lot better, for example, than my phone does.
Oh, yeah, I bet it does too. Yeah, no, well, I just don't think I want to depend upon I don't have a smartphone, my wife does. But I don't think I'd want to depend upon a smartphone to answer all my questions for me in a real dire emergency.
Yeah, I get my directions here, of course, by looking up at the North Star. So for some of my astronomy stuff I do, so I've got that down fairly accurate for my house. But yeah, I looked up the coordinates that my GPS gave me, and of course, put them into Google, and it pretty much put it right on top of the house. So I think it was pretty close.
Oh, I'd say so. I get all my directions from my XYL.
Well, there you go. That's smart.
All right, very good, Glenn. Yeah, I envy you, man. You got a 70-foot tower. You're gonna be killer over there. Anyway, that was Glenn. Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra Mike. On a 70-foot tower, you could put a 5/8 wave vertical and do as good a job as anything else. All right, who else we got to the east? Anybody else? Anybody else east of Mount Juliet? All right, north of Mount Juliet, please come in.
WB0NOL.
Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Make it over to the group as well.
Yep, I made it. And as I mentioned, I have a couple of groups too, so I've kind of been checking out for those. And then I found a guy that had already paid and had the name of the group we had. It's a sailboat group. So I'm trying now to get him to just take it over and do it.
Oh, I'd say so, because he's paying for the transfer, right?
Yep. Paying for the transfer and already has the name saved on Groups.io.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it doesn't mean he can't make you a moderator or a co-moderator or whatever.
Well, it was an unmoderated list anyway, so not a big deal. It's on a sailboat. They only made 85 of them. And we have 40 of the owners on the list.
Well, I wouldn't pay for that transfer.
I wouldn't either, but he already did.
No, I don't know if you tried. Did you? When you go through the process, it says you started, and if you pay for the premium, because you got to pay for 1 year of premium, which is $220. And so I cringed, but whatever. It was for the other group, not for this group. The other group, because I got 800 people on that group, and I didn't want to lose anybody in the process, so they'll transfer all the data. In fact, they'll transfer 30,000 emails, in the archive. So that was important to us. There's a lot of history that's Well, it's important to somebody. It's in the Navy world. But anyway, when you go through and they confirm that they've received the money, and then they say we've started the process, which may take a few days or whatever, and when you go, I'll go to the other site and do this. And so I went to there and it said, if you give us $200, we work quicker.
Yeah. Well, I got an email from Yahoo saying that they're not going away, regardless of what you think. So I don't know. I don't know what. I've got another list that has about 250 or so on it, and I think I'm going to play wait and see with it. I don't think there's any penalty.
No, they're actually not going away. That's the key. I said that in my notice because I'm making ours go away because we can't really work with 2 lists. The problem was on this list, timeliness is very important, and the constantly problems with, well, intermittently having problems. Stuff gets sent out, and some of the times it doesn't even get there. I've had that happen where I had 2 emails last week on that other group I'm on, never even made it, and I'm the one who approves messages, so I know where they go and I know when they don't go. So that was the problem. Plus, getting rid of the group gets rid of all those archives, and I can't do that. I just can't live with that idea. So we had to move the other side, and we moved this one just because I think it's a matter of convenience, and they actually have a calendar function that's functional, which the Yahoo did not on this group. They wouldn't let me ever use the calendar on this group.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see what happens. I think the sailboat group is going to go to the new guy, and then it won't be my problem anymore. And the other group, we're going to leave where it is for a little while and just see. It's one of those deals where if you ask everybody what they want to do, you get 0 answers.
Yeah, I know it. That's what's so funny about when you manage things. Nobody wants to give an answer. They're afraid that you're going to volunteer for something.
Yeah, I know. It gripes me. And then we have an event, and nobody signs up, and nobody signs up, and nobody signs up, and then at the last minute, everybody signs up, and we have too many.
I'm with you. Yeah, well, those are I don't know. I think we've done a pretty good job on this group because we get a good participation on the nets. We get a good participation in the breakfast and a lot of interested people. So I'm happy that it works out the way it is.
Yep. Well, this is an especially good group. I don't think it's the leadership, but it is a good group.
No, it's a good group in spite of the leadership.
Yeah, I guess that's right. All right. Well, we're not going to solve the problems of the world or Yahoo. So have a good evening. Good to talk to you. Thanks for doing the net. WB0NOO.
Yeah, very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar with some kind words about leadership of the group. I've got thick skin, so don't worry about me. And he's in Hermitage. Who else we got east or north? Please come in.
KB9 or KK.
Did you reduce power or move your antenna? Frank?
No, I did not.
That just sounds a little quieter than normal. I don't know why.
I might not be talking as well.
Oh, you're doing all right. It seems a little using a different, same microphone?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, there must be pasta in between those little lines on the mic.
I hope not.
Yeah, very good. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing pretty good today. Better than I thought I was going to be doing anyway. Yeah, I was able to get some stuff done outside, and on one of the vehicles, the one that's going away, I'm selling it.
Is it a good sale or a bad sale? Just trying to get rid of something?
I think it's just the right thing to do. Yeah, it's my Corvette. One of my coworkers wants to buy it, and he offered me a pretty decent, hard to turn down value for it, and I'm like, okay, that'll pay off everything. So yeah, I think I like it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, well, after you sell it, you're going to go, why did I sell it?
I know my wife's already going, oh no. Yeah, no, I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, I don't drive it. I put like 3,000 miles on it in 5 years.
Ah, you take it to any like parades or anything? I mean, what's the deal with that low mileage? You don't get out very often.
I'll be honest with you, it's black and it's hard to keep clean. That's really the reason.
What year is it?
It's a 2008 Z06. It doesn't have the car itself is pretty high mileage for a Corvette. It's got 49,000 miles, but I only, I bought it with about 46. So I barely had it for just over 5 years.
Oh, well, that's why I say I'd love to have, and when I say that in a very simple way, I'd love to have a whatever. Just name the high-end car. I'd love to have it, but where would I drive it? And I'm not going to park it at Walmart.
Well, yeah, you can't do that. And I had to get a special thing just so I can get in and out of the driveway. I had to get a special curb thing made out of recycled old tires that bridges the gap for the gutter, but still allows water to go through. And that I'm glad I got. It's great for all the vehicles. It keeps you from hitting it so hard and doing damage. But yeah, in my subdivision here, the curb is pretty darn terrible. How hard of a bump it takes to get up and down it.
Oh, I see. You scrape the undercarriage or the bumpers, right?
Yeah, physically wouldn't even be able to do it. It's not even possible. I had to use when I first got home, I had to stack wood in there to make it so I could even get it home.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be a problem. I mean, at least you could live with it, but I think if you had to come in, is it permanent now, that thing you got at the curb?
Yeah, it doesn't screw down. It weighs, because I have a 5-section, so it weighs about 300 pounds, and it's made out of old recycled tires, and it's 20 foot wide. So nobody's going to take it because it's like trying to handle a 300-pound snake.
Yeah, I got you. Well, at least it's a solution. How much was that, by the way?
It is fairly. It's a bit pricey. I think it was about $400 for the first 3 sections, and then I bought 2 more sections for about $150 each.
Wow. Yeah, just to avoid hitting the curb, that's a pretty pricey deal. My first 3 cars didn't total cost that much money for your little curb stopper.
Yeah, I mean, I've had cars less than that ramp, of course, but it's less wear and tear. It's I remember just like a couple months ago, I moved one of my cars to my neighbor's house, and they said, yeah, you can use my driveway. That's fine, because I had people bringing something over. Well, the construction guys when they're doing my deck, so I had to move my car over, and I forgot that they don't have one. Man, it actually hurt when I hit the curb, and not the VED, but it was just a regular car. It actually hurt because I forgot about it.
Oh wow, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's funny they made that entry to the driveway that high.
Yeah, and then they tell you all these, you read all these things. You can't modify it. If you do this, you get in trouble. If you do that, you get in trouble. And a bunch of people just ignored it and poured concrete. The problem is then the water doesn't go down the street the right way. And then I've seen a few people try to be smart and put a piece of PVC inside the concrete. Some try to use gravel, but the gravel washes away. So I found this to be the perfect solution. I flip it over every month and hose it off, flip it back over, and it's good to go for another month.
Cool. Yeah, I hadn't seen those. That's kind of neat answer to that problem. Well, very good. That was Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo Kilo Kilo. He's up in still in Mount Juliet, but farther northwest, and his vet and water woes, curb woes. Who else we got north? Please come in.
W9BOQ.
Hey, you were talking earlier to me. Where the heck were you? I could barely hear you.
I was putting a radio in my car, and it was in a metal barn, and I was just testing it. But I'm throwing that radio away. It's no good. It's just so old.
I gotcha. So you were putting it in your car as a mobile unit?
I was going to, yes, but now I'm going to buy one of those Yazoos, the 80 watt.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. It's nice to have a nice regular modern radio in the car.
talking about ham radio membership. Since 2007, ham membership has gone up 15%. Ham licenses, I mean, have gone up 15%.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm glad. I'm just glad there's more interest.
It went up to 2007. There were 655,800 licenses, and now, well, in 2018 there was 755.
Yeah, that's good. I'm hoping it's not all people on HTs, and that's what we're. Truthfully, this net hopefully reaches those kind of folks because it's too, entry level. If you new hams, I think get disappointed if they get an HT and all they get to talk to is repeaters.
Yep. Well, anyway, you have a good night. Thanks for doing that, Paul. Everybody sounds good tonight. A couple from the south were weak to me. And by the way, when you first started talking, you weren't even registering on my S meter. Like the first two sentences of you starting up the net.
Huh. Wonder what the reason for that was.
And then all of a sudden it just started being full scale.
I don't know. It just made me double check my my power here. I'm doing normal.
Yeah, it's good now.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. I have no idea. I'm glad you mentioned it. I'll have to watch for you. All right, very good. That was Dennis, Whiskey 9 Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. He's in Castellian Springs. Who else is north? Who's coming in?
Kilo Bravo 4, X-Ray Victor.
Kilo Bravo 4, X-Ray Victor. Go ahead. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm still kicking. I live about 5 miles from Dennis over here in Castellian Springs. He told me about y'all's net. I haven't been on VHF much in a few years, mainly because I hadn't had an antenna up. I got a J-pole that I built 10 years ago. I finally stuck it up on the end of the house this week, so thought I'd get on here and try it out.
Well, your signal's pretty decent in here tonight, and it's Gary, right? Is that your name?
Yeah, Roger. Gary, G-A-R-Y.
Yeah, you got a decent signal. How much power do you use there?
Hey.
Hey, Dennis, you calling Gary?
Yeah, Gary was my Elmer.
Good. Gary, you can hear, obviously, Dennis, right?
Yeah, I kind of helped Dennis get started there, or restarted. He was a ham when he was a kid. Of course, I got interested in it when I was a kid, but didn't get licensed till 81. Kind of slow about getting around to things.
Oh, yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah, I don't know. Did you say you were just running 50 watts that we were doing? And how high is your antenna up on the roof, you said?
Yeah, it's about 15 feet up. I'm running mid-power, which I think is 25 watts on this radio.
Yeah, you're doing fine here.
That's good. I just know this whole thing works. It's old Kenwood TM231. It's about older than dirt.
Oh, yeah, I think that one's from the 70s, is it not?
Late 80s, early 90s, I think.
Oh, I thought it was newer. I mean, older than that. By the way, you were doing about 20 over to me.
That's pretty good. You're pegging my meter all the way over.
All right, very good. I'm glad to have you on the net. Glad to be here. Don't forget, we have Dennis hasn't made one of the breakfasts yet. You can beat him to the breakfast if you want to. Courtney's here in Mount Juliet next Saturday.
I'll be out shopping. That's our shopping day.
All right, very good. Well, someday maybe you can get there, but we'll catch you later. Good to have you in there, Gary. That was Gary, Kilo Bravo 4, X-Ray Victor, and he's also in Castellians. Good to have you in there, Gary. Welcome to our Simplexton net. Who else north, please? Anybody else to the west?
Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot, high above Ashland City.
High. Well, you mean you're well above. I don't want to say you're high above Ashland City.
Oh, you're not here. How would you know?
Well, I know about where you are. I've seen it on Google Earth.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you're right.
Yeah. So how you doing, Rick? You feeling better now with the medication and everything?
Yeah, I'm beginning to come around a little better now, Paul. You haven't had anything happen out of the normal, so I'm feeling a little bit better, getting a little bit stronger, I think.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's all of those problems. I dealt with my mother with the heart and lung problems. Of course, hers were 10 times worse than yours. Of course, she was in her 80s and going on, and she passed away at 91 or so. So a little different situation, but breathing problems and heart problems. My brother had, excuse me, very serious heart problems. I know from what you're going through, I think.
I appreciate it. And you doing okay?
Yeah, if I didn't have to do chores and if I didn't have to get up off the sofa every time the dogs went outside, I'd be in much better shape.
That's right. Okay, well, good talking to you. Appreciate you doing the net, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, very good. You're doing 10 over here, Rick. Signal's really great. You didn't change anything, did you?
No, I haven't done anything different.
I just don't remember what you were before on the maybe Michael remembers what how good your signal was, because I generally don't watch that meter. I get distracted by doing what I'm doing, I guess. But anyway, you have great signal, great audio. You're doing fantastic. That was Rick, Kilo November 4 Tango Juliet Foxtrot. He's in Ashland City, as he says, high over Ashland City. He's up above because as you know, Ashland City's on the river. That would make him really low, but he's not really low. He's up on the hill. So who else we got? Wes, please come in.
KM4YRF.
Hey, Michael. I was just blowing smoke on Rick. His signal sucks.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, he's S5 here tonight, and lately we've had a hard time. I've had a hard time hearing him, but signal's really good tonight.
Huh. I don't know why. It must have been conditions, because really, he was 10 over here, and it's hard to beat that from Ashland City.
Absolutely, and he was booming in here.
Huh. Well, I don't know, because he has been worse. I know he's been way under 10 over before, so obviously conditions have something to do with it. Maybe it's cold weather. I don't know. Cold air is more dense.
Yeah, I think it's just cold and dry, and that may be the thing.
I don't know. I've heard people tell me that it's when it's a lot of moisture in the air, it's good too, but I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just know when it sounds good and when it don't.
Yeah, of course, I'd say you sound great, but you always sound great.
Yeah, it's a curse, Paul.
Yeah, I know. It's tough to be us. You know what I'm saying?
I know it. Part of that club.
See, an ordinary man wouldn't be able to take all this wide appeal.
You're doing a great job. Thank you for doing what you do, and I'll let you back at the net.
Yeah, very good. We'll catch you later, Michael. That was Michael in Bellshire, and that's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Great signal as always. It's easy between us, just for obvious reasons of good antennas and good elevation and almost no barriers on the road here. All right, who else we got? West, please come in.
WY4G.
Hey, how you doing, Jeff? Yeah, good sounding signal tonight.
Yeah, I usually have one, that you can receive, but I'm doing all right, just kind of unwinding after a busy week.
Hey, you should be able. How did you copy Rick's signal out of Ashland City? Was it a good copy, dude?
Yeah, I copied him okay. I mean, I wasn't really paying much attention to the S meter or whatever, or the bar graph, but I had a good signal on him. I have a good copy on him.
Now, the reason I asked is because Mike in Bellshire is not too far off of your location. I'm thinking he's southwest of you, but I'm not sure about that, or you're northeast of him. I just wondered if you're saying, if you had any observations about it, because, like I said, sometimes the signal is good and sometimes it's not so good because he's about between 35 and 40 miles from you.
Yeah, I copied him okay, so I could carry on QSO with him, no problem.
All right, everything going all right for you?
Yeah, just busy, just taking care of business, just working a lot, and that's about it.
Well, you're finally feeling better from all those other issues?
Oh yeah, that since I got that gallbladder out, that kind of pretty much took care of all the staying sick all the time, or that sick feeling all the time.
Well, mine just all of a sudden attacked me with those gallbladder attacks, and that was the least fun I've probably ever had.
Yeah, I mean, before it got really, I had it out, I was just staying sick on my stomach all the time, just having these episodes of vomiting for no reason. That was the cause of it right there. So ever since I got that out, all that stuff's pretty much ceased.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, no, that gallbladder stuff, it seems like a simple thing that you don't pay any attention to until it gives you problems, and then all of a sudden it makes you sick, or in my case, it made me sick, and the pain was so intense I could barely stand it. It was just awful. Anyway, good to have you in there, Jeff. I'm glad you're feeling much better after that gallbladder issue. That's Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, and he is in Madison. Great signal. Who else? Anybody else, West? Anybody else, West?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
You're not having any health problems, are you there, John?
Trying to avoid it.
Yeah, I wish I could try to avoid it. They seem to find me anyway.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, years ago I woke up in the middle of the night with that gallbladder situation that ended up ending in surgery. Man, that was no fun. That was, you could underline that with the word pain.
Well, I described it to someone, several people actually, that when that thing that would go into an attack mode, I could barely stand or sit. I didn't know what to do with myself. The pain was so severe. And somebody said, "Well, what's it feel like?" I said, "Well, remember seeing those samurai swords? Well, heat went up to full golden, in a flame so that it's red hot, and then put it right through my abdomen, straight through to my spine, and that's about what it felt like."
Yeah, I mean, I remember I had this really amazing studio cat that I had for about 20 years, and she would usually sleep down at the end of the bed, and I remember that night for the first time ever, I was so doubled up in pain, this little cat coming up and licking the side of my face, sort of like, "Well, I guess you're going."
Saying goodbye, huh?
Yeah, glad that was over with.
Oh yeah, no, man, that is. They say it's worse than a heart attack. So, well, I'm looking forward to my heart attack. It's not going to be so bad.
Yeah, I just as soon not try that scale.
No, oof, man, is that awful. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, really. That's just I actually use and I say this, I don't say this lightly, but I understood when I had that much pain, that I understood why people who had chronic pain would consider suicide. I did understand at that point.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's all centered in the brain, and yeah, I mean, you give enough input, and it'll just overwhelm it.
Yeah, in fact, when I went in the hospital, I went in the emergency room. Actually, I went in the hospital, I think, the first time, and they were going to try to figure out what was wrong. I asked for, it really was, that pain is so intense. And the nurse comes in and says, "I've got I think it was Demerol they were giving me." And she says, "Where would you like the shot?" And I wanted to tell her, "You can stick it in my eye. I do not care. Just give it to me."
Yeah, this is starting to sound like the ailment net. Maybe we better change the subject.
I know it. No, I don't like any of that stuff, and nobody else does either. All right, very good, John. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. That's John. He's in Bellevue. And I want to remind everybody after that, because we're running into almost at the end here of the check-ins, we're going to do that buy, sell, swap, and swindle net, and then the 144, 240 net on sideband right after we do the buy, sell, swap, and swindle. Anyway, anybody else west or late checking?
This is KX4DQ, Kilo X-Ray 4 Delta Queen.
Ah, very good. How are you tonight?
This is Ron. Just fine. Can't hear most of the other people, just a couple of the west people. Although my antenna is about 25 feet up, it's a vertical, and I've got a big hill to the west that probably blocked Ashland City.
Yeah, no, you're got decent signal to me. I don't remember where you're located.
Well, EM66OA, which puts it 1 mile east of I-65 on the Davidson-Williamson County line.
Yeah, you should. Which vertical do you have?
It's a diamond. I'd have to go look it up, but it's a 2 meter, 70 centimeter dual.
Yeah, okay. No, I just saying you should be able to do better than that, I would think. As you said, you have a good elevation, right?
Well, we sit at the bottom of a hill to the west, and it just keeps on sloping down and into the back, and then another ridge comes up on the east. So we're kind of in a bit of a valley. It's open to the north and south.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so it's kind of got a built-in problem there. Yeah, because it is, as you know, elevation and lack of obstructions is king, of course.
Yeah, I can hit Woodbury just fine, but you're about the only station I can hear out east.
Huh. Yeah, I'd have to see what that is elevation-wise. I'll have to take a look at that on the. Have you ever done that on Google Earth where you can do the elevation profile?
No, but I looked at another program, and I'm blocking on the name of it now. I was up in Maine. I was on vacation. I was trying to figure out where I could get to from the place I had parked, and it was a beautiful map. It showed all the elevations and all the different directions and the repeater locations.
Oh, neat. Well, this one, if you get, use the regular program, not the web-based one, not the one on the, regular through your browser, but the Google program, you can just draw a line between two stations, like for instance between me and you, and then you save that line, that dimension, that particular line of sight, and then you put your cursor over that line and you right-click it, and it gives you a little pull-down list. You can do elevation profile, and it gives the elevation of everything, a side view elevation profile of that between those 2 points. And sometimes you can't believe it's as bad or as good as it is.
Oh, well, thanks. I have to try that one out. Anyway, have a great evening, and 73 KX4DQ.
Yeah, very good, Ron. It was good to hear you on the net again. That's Kilo X-Ray 4 Delta Quebec, and he is over there just east of Brentwood. Not too far east, right on the border there. Who else we got? Late check-ins, please come on.
Kilo in.
Wait, I had a double in there, but I had David in there first. Hold on one second. How you doing, David?
Oh, I'm doing all right, Mr. Paul. Just sitting here right by the radio and happen to think, oops, I'm late. So I just wanted to check in and say good evening to all.
Well, very good. Good evening to you. I'm glad you're in there. We have a net tomorrow night, don't we, on the Rutherford net, don't we, on the Aries thing?
No, sir, that'd be on Tuesday night.
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason, I got in my mind today's Monday. I don't know why. You're right. This next Tuesday, which is the first Tuesday in November, that's what I'm trying to do there. I don't know why I got that screwed up. Just because I'm getting old, that's right.
Oh, I know. I hear you. I understand. I've been a real quick query. Do you know anything about a DB222A, folded dipole, that kind of, I guess?
No. Is that who sells that?
I'm looking at something here that says CommScope. A gentleman gave me one. I had no idea what I had, and just looking it over, all the specs seem to be right at 150 to 158 megahertz, but I'm sure there's a way to adjust that. Tell David to crank his power up.
David, he said, Scott told you to crank your power up.
Oh, okay. Cranked up. Anyway, a DB222A, and it's made for 150 to 158 megahertz, and I'm thinking about trying to modify it for these frequencies.
Yeah, well, I guess you could. I mean, as you said, it's a folded dipole.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you call it. Yes.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'll look it up though. It's a DB222A, eh?
Affirmative. Yes, it is.
All right, very good. Well, good to have you in there, David. That's Kilo India 4, November Delta November. You can move right along here, David. I'm not trying to. I'll look that up. I'll get with you. And I will be sending out a notice on that Rutherford net on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Paul. Good evening, all. Okay, I'm going to the end. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. We had the double was in there. Was that you, Scott?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't checking in. I just wanted to hear what David said. I picked up on the folded dipole. It was different type of antenna. Go ahead and check me in, okay, when it's good.
Very good. That's Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta Scott in Laverne. How you doing, Scott?
ham that I checked in a couple of nights ago. I can't remember the young gentleman's name. Was it Charlie?
Yeah, it was Charlie. 13 years old. He's in middle school. Real excited.
Great. Hey, when he becomes he's going to take the general test soon.
I got the impression he was going to take it this month sometime.
Okay, we'll keep us updated on that. I got a couple of dipoles that I can float that way if he's got the space for it.
Yeah, very good. I gave him enough wire to make a 40-meter dipole, and he's got enough materials to do that. And I think he's going to be getting a radio from one of the other hams, a borrow lender, loaner. And so yeah, if this one works out, if he's got the room, he's actually because he's in a restricted community, but he's stringing up this dipole like on the back of the house, so to speak, either above or below the gutter or something.
Yeah, this one I just took down today. It's made by MFJ. I picked it up for much of nothing, and it's a 40. It's a full size 20, but it's got the trap coils at the ends for 40. I've done contacts with it, but I didn't know about his restrictions there. But keep us in mind there.
I will do. I'll keep you posted. He seemed, like I said, he was, he getting so excited. He wanted to start a club over at the middle school.
Oh, that's even better. All righty. Stay with us.
Very good. That was Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. Who else we got? Anywhere, any place is going to.
Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor.
Hello, Terry. How are you doing? Sound good.
I guess better late than never. A little late. We was eating with the family and got to watching some TV, and time passed quickly. And I just got in here a few minutes ago and was listening about the last 15 minutes. So I thought I'd catch you before you close her out, hopefully. And sorry I'm late, and sorry I missed last week. I actually fell asleep through that one. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good time with the Nets tonight. I didn't get to hear all of it, but watch it on YouTube. So send me through to everybody. I'll let you go ahead and finish up there, Paul. Hope you're doing fine. Talk to you later. KN4MPV.
Yeah, very good, Terry. Yeah, that one was that's what I said early on at the beginning of the night. I said I really hate to have them go that long. That was like an hour and 35 minutes.
Yeah, I actually watched it on YouTube and saw your note on it there on the website. And yeah, you had a good one there. I'm sorry I missed that one.
I don't know if it was good or not. I think we had more check-ins tonight than we had last week. So I just wanted to move it along. I was actually considering doing having a little 1-minute timer here and having it up on the view so everybody could see their 1 minute, so we wouldn't eat up an hour and a half next time.
Yeah, I covered that. All right, there. Well, like I say, sometimes we have a light one. You can do a little gossiping and stuff, but you get into a lot of that, and you got a lot of check-ins. It takes a while. But anyway, you do a good job with it, Paul. Thank you for what you do, and you have a good afternoon, and everybody else on the net. KN4MPV.
Yeah, very good, Terry. That's Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor. He's in Murfreesboro, and he got in here late because, well, he had family business now. Anybody else late check-ins?
KN4MPV. He's looking for 15 seconds.
Hey, hold on. Where I had KM4HQE, and what did you say about 15 seconds there, Preston?
I said I just needed 15 seconds there. Over.
I got you. Hey, give me your call again. My mind's befuddled at the moment. Preston? Did you leave me, Preston?
Oh, it's KN4CCQ.
Yeah, there you go. I couldn't bring it to mind.
Paul, your power's gone again.
Well, it shouldn't be gone. How's that? K4P did.
Power goes out.
Well, I don't know. It should be fine. How is that? Am I doing all right now?
Nope. No, you have no S reading here.
Oh, that's pretty wild. Hold on.
My 15 minutes must have broken. 15 seconds must have broken. Tell carry on. KN4CCQ.
I think you jinxed it there, Preston. Yeah, nothing here either, Paul.
Hold on 1 second.
He's having that heart attack.
Maybe a loose wire there, Paul.
his 1 minute's up.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, Dennis.
So remember, I was gonna get that Yazoo node, and I was gonna show you how to connect and all that stuff. Well, I typed in my radio ID wrong, so now I got to wait another 5 days.
Okay, well, you let me know.
How's it? How am I doing now? K4 Pete.
Nope.
That's wild because it's showing full modulation.
Well, you got lots of audio, but no signal. I think you got a short somewhere in the mic there, Paul, because you're receiving fine. I can hear you everything on the YouTube, like you say there, but some on the transmitting side.
Yeah, I see that. I don't even have any power out at the moment. I don't even show anything on my scale here on my own thingy here. So I'll figure out what's going on. I don't know. Hold on.
Because you're still not transmitting.
I think it's a microphone because he has no power. And he said that his power meter isn't showing anything out either. But it's got to be something. It's got to be some loose wire or something somewhere because he was down, then he was up, then he's down again.
All right. No, I still don't have it. I can see I don't have any power out. That is wild. Well, we're going to go to SW. We're going to go over to the sideband here in a second. Well, the power just came back, and I haven't touched a thing. It is funny. It's back to normal, isn't it?
Yeah, hot. Is anything hot?
No, nothing. I can't see any indication of anything.
Yeah, it's back full.
Huh. Well, I'll just figure out later. But I'm going to move over to the sideband here. Anybody got any other check-ins? Please come down.
Yeah, did you get me, Paul?
I did get you. Well, you couldn't hear me because my power dropped off for some reason, and I don't know why.
Jason today. Good evening to you, sir. KN4CCQ.
Yeah, very good. That was Preston, KN4CCQ, and he's over in Possum Trot. That's where he is. Anybody else late check-ins, lurkers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, whatever, before we move? That's where we're going. I just want to make sure we had everybody checked in. Anybody with check-ins late or otherwise, please come in. Check-ins for early for next Wednesday. This is K4PEW. We'll be closing this side of the net here in a moment and moving over to the buy, sell, swap, and swindle. Swindle, you can still check in, I imagine, but what do we got to buy, sell, swap, or swindle? Anybody got anything to sell, please come in. Anybody got anything to sell? Anything that somebody wants to buy?
W9BOQ.
Go ahead, Dennis.
I am in the market for a Yazoo FT2980R. They're only 129, but maybe somebody's selling one.
All right, Dennis is looking for a cut rate price on an FT 2980 Romeo. If anybody's got one of those to sell, contact Bravo, Kilo, wait a second. Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
KB4RSM.
KB4RSM, go ahead.
I don't have the 2980, but I do have a 2900 in case that interested.
Was the 2980 the one with 80 watt?
Yeah, I think the 2900 was 70. I believe that's right. I'd have to look.
Okay. Anyway, he's got Glenn's got a 29. You said there was a FT 2900. Did you not say that?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I've got an extra one. Hardly used. Perfect condition.
Okay, Glenn's got a hardly used, good condition 2700 or 2900. I mean.
Get with me later. I'm on QRZ. You can email me, Glenn. W9 Boxcar Oscar Quebec. Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do that.
All righty. A big success of the day. Is anybody else that got anything to buy, sell, swap, or swindle? All right, we're moving on over to, we're closing out this part of the net. We're going right over quickly to the sideband portion, which is on 144.240. We'll see you there, closing out this portion of the net. I'm going. Catching on the other side on sideband. This is what's my call? K4 PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex net on 144 240. Let's start taking check-ins from the south. Please come out.
Okay, try this again. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta.
Very good. Got Scott in there. Who else we got south? Please come down.
Kilo November 4 Mike Papa Victor.
Very good. Got Terry in there in Murfreesboro. Who else we got south 40? Please come in. Over to the east. Who else we got from the east?
Kilowatt Baker 4 Romeo Sierra Mike.
Kilowatt Bravo 4. I'll get that call right in a second. Romeo Sierra Mike, correct?
Yeah, that's right, Bob. It's Glenn.
No, I got it. I just didn't have it fixed on my mind as always. All right, Glenn, very good here in Mount Juliet, but the east side. Who else we got on sideband, please? Or east of Mount Juliet. Up to the north of Mount Juliet.
KB9RKK.
Hey, Frank, I got you in there. Who else we got north?
W9BOQ.
All righty, good signal there. Yeah, see, I got lots of power over here, don't I? But anyway, that's the Dennis and Castellian Springs. Who else we got on the sideband north? And moving over to the west then, west of Mount Juliet.
KM4YRF.
All righty, very good. We got KM4YRF in Belshire. Who else we got west?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Ah, very good. We're moving up in numbers. Is pretty good here. It's good to have you in there, John. Anybody else west? Any late check-ins on such a quick net?
Hey, Paul, Dennis, W9BOQ recheck. I was only 50 watts. I was only 5 watts when I checked in.
Ah, no, you're doing great on 5 watts. There's no question about it. You're doing fine.
Well, now I'm 50.
Yeah, no, I can barely, just by audio, it's not much different.
Oh, cool. All right.
Anyway, you were QRP before. You're doing great. Who else? Anybody else late check-ins? Any place, anywhere on sideband? Well, very good. Quick rundown on that. We had me in there, K4 PEW here in Mount Juliet, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, Scott in Laverne. We had Kilo November 4 Mike Papa Victor. That was Terry in Murfreesboro, Kilo Bravo 4 Romeo Sierra Mike, and that was Glenn here in Mount Juliet on the east side. And Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Frank, also in Mount Juliet, but on the northwest corner. And Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec, and that was Dennis and Castellian Springs. And then, let's see, who was it? KM4YRF. That's what it is. I thought they had a new call in there. I thought it was a T. KM4YRF. That was Michael in Belshire, and Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo in Alpha 4F. I don't think I have any power out. Did you see anybody hear any power out there?
No, your power went off again.
Yeah, it bounced back and forth once and then went down. KB4RF.
Well, that stinks. Huh. I don't know what the dealio is. Maybe it's getting too hot. I don't know. I'll try the other radio. But anyway, we're going to have to stay with that for the moment. And that gives us a grand total of 8 people. And I'm going to close the net and cool the radio off. Now it's back again. I haven't changed the thing. This is K4 PEW. I'll have to check my connection. Catch you guys later. Have a good net and good night.
Yeah, Paul, I'll be over there if you need some signal report. Well, you can tell. You got a watt meter.
Yeah, well, I'm going to kill the net and we'll be out of there. So it's a little disturbing. We got that thing back in the